Josh Myers here, and welcome back to my Jurassic Park franchise review series. Today I'm going to kind of do a bit of a skip because I just recently watched this movie. I've already done reviews for Jurassic Park and The Lost World. So I still need to do Jurassic Park 3 and the other 3 Jurassic World movies. But I decided to do skip on that because and skip to this one because I just got saw this in the theater I think last week, so it's still fresh on my mind. I will do a review for you guys, and today I am going to be reviewing Jurassic World Rebirth from 2025.
This island was the research facility for the original Jurassic Park.
The worst of the worst, we're left here. Survival is a long shot.
Let's go.
Jurassic World, in theaters July 2nd.
Jurassic World Rebirth stars Scarlett Johansson, Mahershala Ali, Jonathan Bailey, Rupert Friend, and is directed by Gareth Edwards. The plot of Jurassic World Rebirth is that skilled operatives travel to an island research facility to secure life-saving DNA from dinosaurs. As the top-secret mission becomes more and more dangerous, they soon make a sinister, shocking discovery that's been hidden from the world for decades. Now, before getting into my review of Jurassic World Rebirth, I would like to say that I saw this coming. I saw this movie, announcement coming. Now, I didn't know what it would be in the form of. Because when Jurassic World to me was announced, it was like, oh, this is going to be they were almost treating it as if it was going to be the final Jurassic Park movie. And I was like, yeah, right. Give it another few years and it'll be another one out in theaters. Because this is such a big money-making franchise that it'd be stupid for studios to, be like, okay, we're going to just drop this series altogether. Because it makes them a lot of money. So when they announced, they're doing a new Jurassic World movie, and I'm like, yep, called it. But I saw the trailers for it, and I was like, okay, just like with the new Superman, I was like, I dug the trailers. It's Gareth Edwards who directed Godzilla 2014, did Rogue One, a Star Wars story. So for him to do a Jurassic World movie, and I was excited to see this movie. And here are my thoughts on Jurassic World Rebirth. It's the directing by Gareth Edwards. Now, he's just a great director. Even though I didn't really love the 2014 Godzilla movie he did, there was some stuff that I absolutely liked about it, and really liked. And then I really liked Rogue One, a Star Wars story. So I was just hearing his name and being attached to Jurassic Park / World, I was like, okay, hell yeah, let's do this. So yeah, great directing overall from Gareth Edwards, as expected. I also dug the cast in this movie. Again, it stars Scarlett Johansson in the main role, and I thought she did pretty good. Of course, I obviously could tell it was her, but I think she did a great job nonetheless. The other actors I never really seen before in anything, but I really liked them. I really liked the other actors more, I believe, and characters. I really liked the other characters more. I liked Mahershala Ali, which is the first time I've seen him. Again, a lot of these people are the first time I've seen him in anything. He played Duncan Kincaid, and I really liked him. I really liked his character, and again, you're going to be hearing me say this a lot about the character, so I like I think another standout was Jonathan Bailey's Dr. Henry Loomis, which when I heard his name, Dr. Loomis, I kind of got a giggle as a horror fan, and I think with my brother, I went to with him and be like, I shot him 6 times! Oh man, I just laughed at that. Dr. Loomis. But I did like his acting, and I did like his character. He was kind of the moral center of the movie, really. At least one of the few moral centers of the movie. And also, too, there I'll say is there's like you have the A plot, which is what I just mentioned, and then you have the B plot, which there's this family who was sailing near the island, and everything like that got stranded, and both A plot and B plot gets, eventually merged, kind of like Jurassic World Dominion in that sense. There was an A plot featuring the Jurassic World characters, and then a B plot featuring the Jurassic Park characters, and eventually it would merge, and you get the Jurassic Park characters merging with the Jurassic World characters and all that stuff. So it's kind of somewhere in that sense, except without just completely new characters. There was, I guess, a bit of spoiler alert. There was no returning characters whatsoever. This was a completely new story with new characters, and yeah, I thought that was refreshing. Overall, the acting was really good. Another thing I would like to give praise to is the overall look and feel of the movie. Like the cinematography, it's done really well. The look of the island and everything like that. The look of the dinosaurs. Like there were times where I felt like it just felt like the original movie to me in a lot of ways. And speaking of the look of the dinosaurs, man, the size and scale of these things were massive. Even on the screen in my, smaller theater here, it was just like, it looked massive. Like, honestly, this movie, as well as the new Superman movie, I must say, were made for IMAX. And I wish, both of those movies are movies I wish I had seen in IMAX. But unfortunately, I don't got an IMAX theater anywhere where I am. I would literally have to travel out of town just to go see these in IMAX. But I really do think I should see these movies in IMAX. Or, when I get them on physical media, go and watch them on my 4K TV and watch them. I will say this. If you intend on watching this in the new Superman movie, go watch them in IMAX if you could, because these movies were made for IMAX. So, yeah, but anyway, the size and even without that, the size and scale of these creatures are just massive. I haven't felt that since the first movie, back in 1993. And there were also certain things I haven't felt since that first movie. There was a lot of emotional points and stuff like that I was just like, there were times I was actually tearing up, actually, as a Jurassic Park fan and as a dinosaur fan. I've loved dinosaurs since I was a kid. In fact, a lot of people said I could have probably been a paleontologist when I grew up, but that's not the career choice I chose. I chose to be a filmmaker. Of course, I'll probably maybe at some point do some dinosaur movies, maybe some live action, maybe some animated ones, CG, 2D, all that stuff. Maybe at some point. I just love dinosaurs. I also liked how they gave the dinosaurs in this movie more scientifically accurate looks in regards to what we know currently. Because, now the dinosaurs in the original Jurassic Park movies were very accurate for the time. But we've since gotten more information about how dinosaurs looked and stuff like that. I mean, a big example is Spinosaurus. Now, the Spinosaurus in Jurassic Park 3 was accurate at the time of 2001. Now it's 2025, and that's by the way, cool thing is they brought back the Spinosaurus, but they gave it a new look, which is more accurate to what science has now depicted the Spinosaurus as, and thought it looked pretty good. And although fun thing is, there were a few times throughout the movie when they showed the Spinosaurus, you could hear the JP3 Spinosaurus roar a bit. So that's cool. And there were some great sequences with the dinosaurs. I would say one of the best ones in the movie featured the T-Rex, and you've seen this in trailers. It was with the river raft scene with the family, and I'm like, that sequence was so freaking intense and suspenseful. It was honestly one of the most suspenseful sequences in the entire movie, and one of the more intense ones. Again, I kind of felt like I was watching the original film during that sequence. And fun fact, that river raft scene was actually taken from a scene from the original novel by Michael Crichton that was cut out from the original movie. Also, too, another positive I would give to Jurassic World Rebirth is the score by Alexander Desplat. I believe that's how you pronounce his name. he did a really good job with not only composing new material for the Jurassic Park franchise, but also recomposing a lot of John Williams' classic themes, which you hear I think a couple times. The tracks that feature the classic themes is the first track is called Natural History Museum on the soundtrack. The second one is called Dino Lover, or Dino Lovers, I don't know. And then the last time you hear the Jurassic Park themes is the last track of the score, and the last thing you hear in the movie called Sailing Away. Check out the score on YouTube, and I think he does a great job of recapturing how the John Williams score sounded. Like, it came pretty close. I think even closer to Michael Giacchino. Now, that's not giving any disrespect to Michael Giacchino. I've always loved his scores, and whenever he's announced a score movie, I'm always excited for it. And I think he did a great job with the Jurassic World movies and the Jurassic Park franchise, taking on helms from John Williams, and also I guess you could say Don Davis, because he did the score for JP3. And then after that, it was mostly Michael Giacchino, and now it's Alexander Desplat, I believe. Good job, guy. Good job, dude. I hope if there's another Jurassic World movie, I would love to see you come back to compose the music. If not, then if they decide to bring back Michael Giacchino, I wouldn't mind that either. Or if they bring in someone new, I wouldn't mind that either, as long as it's good. So yeah, I will definitely be picking up the movie soundtrack at some point. Also too, there's a lot of great action sequences in this movie, and there's a variety of different types of action sequences too. Some involving the air, some involving in the sea, some involving like in the ocean, some involving on the grounds of the island and stuff like that. Again, really great. Again, one I gotta mention again is the river raft sequence, which was a cutscene from the original novel. Now they kind of did something similar to the river raft scene in Jurassic Park 3 with the Spinosaurus, but this one is, from what I know, is closer to the original novel's sequence. So yeah, that was awesome to see on screen for the first time, and there were other awesome sequences too. Also too, another positive I have is that they brought back a lot of the fear, suspense, and even downright horror that the original Jurassic Park had. That has been sadly missing from this franchise since, I believe, since the first movie. It was very much a welcome return in that sense. Also too, the pacing of the movie is pretty solid. It clocks in at 2 hours and 14 minutes, and you don't feel that 2 hour runtime. So that's it with my positive. Personally, for me, I don't have anything I'm rather mixed on with the movie, so let's move on to the negatives. There's one negative I have, and it's more so kind of this bit of the story. Now, I think, and it's more so like, okay, how are they going to do future installments? And that is because they kind of wrote themselves into a corner with the fact that in the movie, all the dinosaurs are basically, pretty much gone for the most part. There's only like a few pockets of dinosaurs, and the ones that are surviving and thriving are on islands in the equator, and it's like, okay, well, how can you tell stories with that and have it be like, just another group of people going to the island first, or another island with dinosaurs for some reason. So I think they kind of wrote themselves into a corner story-wise for, sequel-wise. So only way they could really get out of it is if they do a bit of a retcon, not necessarily retcon, but it's like, maybe they've adapted to and are now surviving in other areas or something like that, I don't know, or just do a complete reboot of this franchise. So start from scratch and, go from there. That's all. And honestly, for me personally, I could see this as being the final Jurassic Park movie. I really could. Definitely I could see it as being the final film of the original series, so before there's like eventual reboot. Outside of that, that's really the only thing I have that I just didn't like about it. So let's move on to my rating. So that's it. I'm going to give Jurassic World Rebirth 5 out of 5 stars. The only negative I really had with the movie was for, okay, how are they going to do sequels? Because they kind of wrote themselves in a corner with that. That's the only negative I have with the movie. But with the movie itself, I have no problems with the movie itself. I loved it. It was a blast. It was fun. There were some genuinely terrifying moments in the movie, which again I was really missing throughout the other entries in this franchise, and I'm just like, I just felt like a kid again going back and watching the original Jurassic Park. I felt like that. So that's why I wanted to. And you know what? If there's going to be no more Jurassic Park / World movies, this would be a great final installment. One last hurrah before they're just like, okay, we're not doing it. Now, do I believe they're not going to do any more? No, because it makes money. So the only way I can see them stop making more Jurassic Jurassic Park / World movies as if they stopped making money. So we'll probably get another film at some point later down the line. So, but if this is the last Jurassic Park movie, I would be happy with it. We're 7 films in. 7 films! That is insane. I remember back after 2001 and I was like, oh, are they going to do a 4th movie? Are they going to do Jurassic Park 4? And there were talks of doing Jurassic Park 4 and it went through several different directors, well, mostly several different writers, different story ideas and stuff like that. And I just honestly got to the point where I never thought we were going to get a 4th movie. That the 3 movies we had was it. You know? But life finds a way, as Dr. Ian Malcolm once said. And we got Jurassic World back in 2015, which, funny enough, the first trailer for Jurassic World actually came out on my birthday, so I thought like that was kind of like a nice little birthday gift from Universal on that one. So, and I went to the theater and saw it. I loved it, of course. Kind of spoiling my thoughts on at the time, but I definitely got more thoughts I could share with that. And then I was like, okay. Then they released Fallen Kingdom. I was like, oh wait, we're doing Jurassic Park 5 essentially? Cool. And then I watched it. It was a little bit disappointed on it. Again, kind of spoiling my thoughts on it. Then we got the 6th movie, Jurassic World Dominion, which was being advertised as the final movie. And I liked it better than Fallen Kingdom, but I liked the first Jurassic World more, personally. So, and now we're up to the 7th Jurassic Park movie. And so far, out the Jurassic World movie, so that would include Jurassic World 2015 all the way to this new one from 2025, so this year. Personally, for me, this is my favorite of the Jurassic World movies. Out those, now is it my favorite movie of the franchise? I wouldn't say that. I would still say that title goes to the original Jurassic Park. But this one is definitely a contender. It's definitely a contender. Now, again, I'll have to at some point do, like, maybe once I get done with the other Jurassic movies, I'll have to eventually do a ranking of all the Jurassic Park movies, including Jurassic World Rebirth. So I'll be doing that at some point. So that's it for this review. If you like this video, be sure to hit the like button. And if you're new to the channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button. Thanks for watching and see you next time.